What's up, everybody? My name is Anthony Rogers and welcome back to my channel. I've got my hot chocolate ready, I've got my Christmas tree set up, and it's December, so I can officially go Christmas crazy. Because little known fact about me, I absolutely love Christmas and Christmas time. I don't know why exactly. I think it's just when I was little, all the good memories built up and I do these certain little Christmas routines that I've just kind of stuck with every year. So now each time it gets around this time of the year, I end up just feeling really nostalgic and full of Christmas vibe. Particularly some music. I used to listen to like this Kids Bop Christmas playlist that was on a CD. I'd listen to it in my CD player when I was falling asleep, back when CD players were a thing. And every year I'd just hear those same songs and get really pumped up about it. So I'm gonna list the like adult version playlist that I recreated on Spotify below, as well as my girl, Ariana Grande, her playlist Christmas and Chill. If you haven't heard it yet, check that out. It's gonna be linked below. Plus, Spotify's just been, if you're up to date, like current events, Spotify has just given everybody their like 2018 throwback list, like so you can see what you've listened to throughout the year, and that is amping me up. Like, I love that playlist. So I'm just gonna throw that down below as well because like, quickest way to my heart is to vibe out to music together. So listen to that, check it out, let me know what you think. Those will all be played below, but the main point of this video is to share some Christmas movies because like I would when I'd fall asleep listening to music, I had this VHS player, again, like ancient history, that I would put movies into and fall asleep to when I was younger. And so I'm gonna list a bunch of the Christmas movies that I think everyone should watch this time of year. You've got like 2.5 weeks left to binge all of them, and so if you haven't seen them, particularly if you haven't seen them, go binge watch them before Christmas gets here. You're gonna love it. Well, maybe not. I will. Let's get into it. So, kicking off this list in no particular order, I'm gonna start with the 3 films that I had on VHS when I was little. The first of which is Frosty the Snowman, the 1969 animated film. It's about these kids that found a magical hat that brought their snowman to life. But as the weather gets warm, they decide they need to get that snowman to the North Pole so that he'll never melt. But a mean magician named Professor Hinkle wants his hat back, and so they have to avoid him and get Frosty to the North Pole. The second film is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the movie, the 1998 animated film with an interesting twist on the old Rudolph story. They introduce an antagonist named Stormella who wants to cancel Christmas by causing this giant storm if anybody crosses her bridge. Spoiler alert, somebody crosses the bridge and it's up to Rudolph and gang to try and save the day. The third movie is, again, another Rudolph movie, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, but this is the 1964 classic. It's a stop-motion movie about Rudolph because he feels like he doesn't fit in, so he goes to try and find the island of misfit toys, somewhere where he thinks he'll belong instead. Each one of these films is adorable, and honestly, they have a special place in my heart. So, when you're starting your binge watching, these are must. And along this little train of cute films, I ran across when I was little on, I think it was either Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network, this movie called Olive the Other Reindeer. It was made in 1999 and it's a computer animated film about a dog that is named Olive. And the premise of the story is that Blitzen was hurt in some freak accident, and it's all over the news that Santa hopes that he'll still be able to keep going with Christmas as long as he can rely on all of the other reindeer. And this dog named Olive misunderstood and thought that he was referring to Olive the Other Reindeer. And it's this adorable journey of Olive trying to get to the North Pole so that she can help Santa save Christmas. And she's voiced by Drew Barrymore. Next are a few movies that probably everybody has heard of, but I know some people who haven't seen them, and they're still must-haves on this list. Beginning with Elf. Come on, Will Ferrell, the human raised in the North Pole that thinks he is an elf and then discovers that his dad is a human. He ends up going to find his dad and trying to build a relationship, but he doesn't quite fit in. If you haven't seen Elf at this point, like, then who are we kidding? Why are you even watching this video? Go watch Elf. Then we have the classics, the Santa Claus 2, and the Santa Claus 3, starring Tim Allen. The first movie is about him becoming Santa, the second movie is about him trying to find a Mrs. Claus, and the third movie is about a big battle with Jack Frost. If you're gonna watch these movies, they're great to binge back to back, so I encourage just snuggling up in bed, putting on some warm lights, and making a day out of it. Next on the list, we have Home Alone. Again, should be seen by everyone, should have already been seen by everyone. Kid gets left at home, family leaves him on their Christmas vacation. By mistake, robbers try and break in the house. Crazy antics, great watch, nothing else needs to be said. If you haven't seen Home Alone, again, it's just like Elf, go watch Home Alone. Then we have The Polar Express, and this one gets a lot of hate. There are some people who are iffy about it, but I used to work at an autism clinic, and we had a client there who absolutely loved The Polar Express, so it also just has a really special place in my heart. But I think that aside from the sentimental personal attachment, the movie is cute. It's got a lot of music. It's pretty quiet aside from the few songs that are in the movie, but the artwork's really cool and it's got a nice story. It's really heartwarming, so I recommend it. It's earned a spot on this list, despite what the critics say. Then throwing it back in time, we have the short film, 30 minutes long, A Charlie Brown Christmas. The Peanuts Gang, Christmas spirit. If you don't have time to watch this whole list or binge watch all the movies on here, this one can be fit in a half hour's time, and it is just, again, it's a cute tale. Most of these are cute tales. The Christmas spirit is just in the air right now. You should be feeling the Christmas spirit after you watch this list. I guarantee it. If you're not, then you're heartless and getting coal. I'm just kidding. You're probably a lovely human. Which, speaking of being heartless, brings me to the next movie, A Nightmare Before Christmas. Halloween Town, the king of Halloween, Jack Skellington, discovering what Christmas is and what it's all about. Life-changing for him, great movie for us. Tim Burton, Danny Elfman firmly earns the spot on this list. And this one you could just watch anytime from Halloween until like New Year's. But if you haven't fit that one in the last few months, definitely put it in with the rest of these. All right, now we've made it to one of my personal all-time favorites, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Whoville, Dr. Seuss, Jim Carrey, all in one movie. In my opinion, the Jim Carrey version is the best version of this film. He plays the role so well. He's got that like creepy but animated. He really adds that entertaining flair to him trying to ruin the Christmas for everybody, and the development of the character is really well portrayed by him as well. So anyway, one of my personal favorites, always on my Christmas watch list. I probably watched that, oh, way too many times. Way too many times. I know for sure that one is on Netflix, which again is why it is so dangerous, because I have seen it so many times. For number 14, I've decided to go with Scrooged. This one is really old for me, or at least as far back as I can remember. I used to watch this with my grandpa around the holidays. It's got Bill Murray, again, just another really funny actor, and it's the classic tale of the Scrooge being visited by the three spirits of Christmas, you know, bah humbug. I have some real fond memories sitting on the couch drinking some eggnog. The third spirit actually really scared me when I was little, not gonna lie, but now I look back and I'm like, ah, yes, felt all the emotions. Of course, for number 15, the last one that I had to put on this list was, of course, A Christmas Story, because that is a legendary Christmas movie. It plays rerun all day long, every time on Christmas Day on TV, and my family always plays it in the background of all of our celebrations, and it's just, it cracks us up every time. The "you'll shoot your eye out, kid," or the brother with the giant snowsuit that can't stand up, or the dad and his lamp. Like, it's legendary. You have to watch that. I always save it till Christmas to watch it, but it needed to be on this list. You can't have a Christmas movie list without that movie on it. There were a few honorable mentions: Love Actually, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, Grandma Got Ran Over by a Reindeer. Those didn't make the list, but if you feel like binging a ton of Christmas movies like I do, go ahead and throw those on there. I just personally didn't relate to those ones over the years as much as I did to all of the rest of these. But 'tis the season to be cozy and watch a lot of movies. So that's what I'm gonna do. This was my list. Let me know which ones you guys end up checking out, or if you have some favorites that I didn't mention. But as always, like, comment, subscribe, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you next time.